All right, guys, big thanks to my buddy Chris, who's lent in watches in the past and just lent in a couple more recently. I get to share with you and, check out myself because this is my first experience with them. But this is the Laurier Neptune. I believe this is a version 1. There is a version 2. And time-wise, I just went over to their website and I noticed they're doing a restock. Apparently, these always sell out. This is kind of a hot brand for some reason I didn't even know about. I'm sure I've seen them posted about, but their restock is actually supposed to happen May 25th. So like in the next, well, tomorrow, I guess. Today's the 24th, right? So, but this is, I think the reason this is a kind of a hot mover for the brand is its size and its value proposition. So let's talk about the size first of all. They claim 39 millimeter. I spec it out, and actually I'll show you because, sometimes you guys, I don't know if you believe me or not, but no matter how I spec it out, I mean, it's just over 38 and a half. So it is so 38 and a half. It's a little less than 39 millimeter, which is a perfect size for a lot of people. The lug to lug is a 48.2, so just call it a 48. You do have drilled lugs there, of course. The thickness is 14.3, but that's including this plexiglass domed crystal, if you will. Like, see if I can grab a measurement with minus that. So minus the crystal, you're looking at about almost 12 and a half. So, that thing pops up another couple. So lug width, in between the lugs here, you have 20 mil, and it tapers down dramatically down to like a 16 mil, which is, it's always nice to have a really nice dramatic taper on a bracelet. It makes it super comfortable, and this is actually a really nice feeling and looking the way the reflective is on it, the way it catches angles of light and everything. This is a really nice bracelet. The end link to case fitment is like super tight. There's a maybe small little gap there, not a big deal. That first center link articulates, so you're going to get that lay flat on the case back. Bracelet, again, for extreme comfort. You guys know how I feel about that. If you look at the links, they are like beveled out on the bottom side, and then they're kind of straight across on the top side. But everything is smoothed out. There's no sharp edges or anything like that. The finishing on it is actually very smooth feeling, but also have that sharp appeal, so without actually being sharp on the skin. So really nice fine brushing, polished relief edges, and then of course that aluminum bezel insert looks amazing. There's no ceramic out there that I have been able to experience that can give the reflection that an anodized aluminum bezel insert, or even maybe like a steel one like NTH does or something. But they're so much better to look at, I think. That's just maybe my personal preference, but I'm a big fan of aluminum bezel inserts just for their overall look. The dial layout is very symmetrical and clean. Nice simple handset. We can zoom in. Of course, this is the blue model. You can see, sorry about the dust there, but you can see in certain lights, you're going to get a little bit darker look to it, but you definitely have a brushed inner chapter ring there, which kind of breaks it up a little bit. Nice handset. This is a no date. I don't think they make a date model. Could be wrong. It does house the Seiko NH35A movement. So it does have the hack and hand wind and everything, but I didn't see a date model. I could be wrong. I'll have to look at the website again, which I'll put a link in the description to the website. Signed oversized crown, coin edge on that, same as the 120 click bezel. So let me zoom back out a little bit. I'm going to give you the crown operation. No crown guards, easy to access. Slight pop when you get it fully unscrewed. NH35 with a no date, you're going to have that ghost date. So you can see it doesn't hack on that first position. You can actually feel the little clicks of it trying to change. Last position is going to hack the movement and give you your time set. So pretty smooth Seiko style operation. Very, very little crown wobble. I mean, almost none. You almost move it and it might even just be the flesh of your fingers that's, moving a little bit. So very little. Push it back in. You don't have to backspin it, guys. I've played with this crown enough to know that it just is going to go right in. It's no big deal. The bezel action, very smooth, very nice. It's not Seiko-like. It's more refined. There is, I don't want to call it backplay because it's stiff when it goes. You can settle it back into position. So excellent bezel play, or action, if you will. So let me get a wrist. Oh, the clasp. It's all milled out. I believe this is, man, it's hard to tell. This has got to be milled, I guess. It's not really stamped. Double pusher, two micro adjust on a bracelet like this with the smaller links, totally fine. You're going to be able to get your sizing done good. The clasp actually sticks pretty close to the bracelet. It doesn't protrude up much and is very thin feeling, so that's also going to add to comfort. This thing on wrist is a pleasure. It's very easy to get on wrist and get off wrist. You can see it on my 7.25 inch wrist. I can see why this is a home run. Guys, these are only $399 on their website. So you're talking $400 and you're talking well constructed, great proportions, really good bracelet, nice clasp. There's really no, as far as I can tell, there's really no weak points. I'm sure you might have some design preferences that this may have or not have, but again, those are just preferences, guys. The overall construction and price and value of everything here, this should be a top contender. If you guys are looking for micro brands, or if you're looking, the $400 or less range, you're going to be hard pressed to do better than this. The only thing I could say is maybe add some more colorways, but maybe that just complicates things too much for them, because I think they have a black one with a gild dialed and stuff like that. They have this blue one. I'm not sure what other colorways they have, and then they have a few other models too, or at least one other model. So definitely go check out their website. I'm impressed. Hopefully I'll see more of these in the future. BGW9 Lume. So, I mean, it really checks a lot of boxes. I'll give you a Lume shot. Well, before I do that, I just want to, because you guys are pretty much all familiar with like a Seiko SKX, so you can see they're next to an SKX. So, again, totally different case design and everything. You can see the way those lugs are. It's not going to be all cushioned case like the SKX, but a lot smaller looking and feeling on wrist, but not too small, if you will. Here's a notice contrail next to it. You can see it even is smaller proportionately to the contrail, which is also a really nice size watch. I'm not sure really what else I have to compare it to, but you guys kind of get the point. It's just a really nicely sized watch. So let me give you a Lume shot of that BGW9, and I'll close you out with that. There you go. You got that nice blue BGW9 Lume. You have some Seiko showing off in the background. It's going to be hard to compete with that, but this Lume is there, and it is well applied, so it's not going to disappoint at all. And BGW9, it has a totally different look to it than a lot of those other formulas. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Big thanks to Chris for lending this in, and I will see you on the next video.